Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy JJM Wrestling back out here with another wrestling reaction video. You know we gotta react to WrestleMania's new video, 10 WWE wrestlers' attires that were banned. Well, there were some attires that a lot of superstars like to wear, and unfortunately they got to be banned. Why? Let's just see. Let's find out why.
10 WWE wrestlers who were banned from wearing their own attire. Number 10, The Miz. When The Miz first debuted in WWE, he wore baggy shorts that weren't remotely flattering. The likely idea behind these shorts was that they would play up to The Miz's brashy and cocky personality, but fans could just never take him seriously in the look. Interestingly, the moment The Miz ditched the shorts in favor of traditional trunks, Vince McMahon suddenly decided that The Miz was going to receive a main event push, and it was almost as if the trunks were holding him back. The former WWE champion would discuss this directly during a 2016 interview allegedly with Theo Von and Matthew Cole Wise. When I got backstage, one of the talent relations guys goes, "Vince loves you in trunks. You're wearing trunks from now on." I was like, I don't want to wear trunks. I don't want to wear trunks. And it's like if Vince McMahon says you're going to wear trunks from now on, you're going to wear trunks from now on. So I started wearing trunks and I haven't gone back. And McMahon was spot on with this assessment, and he was completely justified in disliking the shorts. The Miz looked like a different wrestler overnight, and it would have been hard to accept him wrestling names such as John Cena or Randy Orton without wearing credible ring attire. Number 9, Daniel Bryan. One of the biggest matches on the 2012 Money in the Bank card saw Daniel Bryan take on CM Punk for the WWE title. Bryan would wear a khaki colored jacket for his entrance, and his attire would be a mix of colors of green, black, and red, all being present on him. Now, in typical Vince McMahon fashion, he took one look at Bryan's new attire and decided that he absolutely hated it. According to Bryan's autobiography, the former WWE chairman hated the attire so much that he got on the headset and told a member of the production to tell Bryan to take the jacket off immediately. You can actually see a member of the production team tell Bryan directly before the match to take the jacket off. Now, this type of behavior wasn't exactly rare from Vince McMahon, and it does raise the question of why he didn't say anything backstage. He just decided to wait until Bryan was actually in the ring to tell him to take it off. Number 8, The Shield. In 2014, WWE decided to have The Shield debut Bane-style masks. These looked incredible, and they gave the Shield an added edge when it came to their visual presence as a stable. Unfortunately, whilst the fans loved the new look, Vince McMahon wasn't exactly a big fan, and he decided to ban the celebrated trio from wearing the masks. A Shield member, Dean Ambrose, will reflect on this ban during an appearance on Talk Is Jericho. "Like the Shield mask that we wore for big shows, Vince hated it," said Moxley. "Even though we would have sold millions of it, we had these cool Sub-Zero ninja masks. We busted them out at WrestleMania and we looked cool, I'm not gonna lie." The next night, Vince was just furious. "We can't see our faces, get rid of the masks." The merchandise guys were like mortified. They were already coming up with designs and were like, "We're gonna sell billions of these," and Vince was like, "No, you can't see their faces." We did it on Australia again, and boy, they got pissed again. Vince just hated those masks.
I get it, because you want to show who this character is. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, the mask is fire, bro. You know? They all look dope with the mask, but it kind of makes sense, too. You got to look at it Vince's perspective, you know? The face got to match, you know, the star as well, so...
This was an incredibly bizarre stance from Vince McMahon, as the trio weren't wrestling in the masks, so it wasn't like the fans couldn't see their faces when the action commenced. Sometimes Vince just left money on the table, right? Number 7, Karrion Kross. Now, upon making creative plans for Karrion Kross on the main roster, logic would dictate that the most sensible thing to do was present the same version of Kross that was overwhelmingly a success on NXT. Ultimately, Vince McMahon decided against this, as he decided to strip away every element of Kross's NXT persona and presentation, and this included his in-ring attire. Now, it's unknown what McMahon's direct issue with Kross's old NXT attire was, and it was basically just standard trunks, but McMahon insisted that it should be scrapped immediately. Kross would be forced to wear the worst attire in recent memory, as he would wear suspenders and even a hideous helmet to the ring. Naturally, this was all McMahon, and according to the former NXT champion during an interview on Conan's podcast, McMahon thought the infamous look was quote-unquote badass. This whole concept that people saw on the main roster with the outfit and all that,
bro, it takes one man, bro. It takes one guy who is the boss to just ruin it for you and for himself. It's freaking ridiculous, bro. Look at Triple H, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got something cool and other people's are thinking it's cool, you got a good amount of people that are gonna think it's cool. So like, it's common sense. You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't like it, you don't get it. You know what I mean? You can't just let it play out for a little bit. That shield mask would have sold a lot, bro.
That was literally given to me in an email. I was told, paraphrased in the email, basically, these were ideas that were collaboratively thought of and T. McMahon was a part of it. So that was how it was basically brought to my attention. Then when the outfit was ready, I put it on and I asked him what he thought of it, and he said it looked badass. Thankfully, when Kross was rehired by Triple H, all of these dreadful elements were scrapped and Kross was permitted to return to his old attire. Number 6. Batista. One of the colors that Vince McMahon often took issue with was white. Notably in 2005, McMahon didn't like the fact that Batista was wearing white trunks and he even claimed that the WWE legend looked like he was wearing diapers. Now, white gear can be hit or miss, but Batista always executed the gear extremely well, and he definitely didn't look like he was wearing any type of diaper. Interestingly, this was around the time period in which Triple H ditched his special white boots that we would bring out for big matches. Was this a McMahon call, or did the game know that McMahon would take issue with the boots if they became a regular fixture of the game's ring attire? Number 5. Chris Jericho. When Chris Jericho embarked on a heel turn in 2008, he decided to overhaul everything that connected him with the audience in a positive way, and this included his iconic ring attire. Jericho would debut trunks, and Jericho looked vastly different. It took a while for fans to accept Jericho in a new look. Vince McMahon was a major fan of the new look, especially because it showed off Jericho's legs for the first time in his WWE run. It was therefore likely McMahon's call that Jericho's new look stay for the long term, and this would have been why Jericho never reverted back during the rest of his WWE run. Number 4. Jerry the King Lawler. Now, it's not just active wrestlers who can be banned from wearing certain items of clothing, as in 2014, Vince McMahon was appalled by Jerry Lawler's decision to wear a gold Elvis-style t-shirt to the commentary table. Now, in all fairness to Vince McMahon, the t-shirt wasn't exactly flattering on the eyes, and the t-shirt would never be seen again, as McMahon no doubt told Lawler to never wear it on TV again. Number 3. Seth Rollins. Our fans went crazy for Seth Rollins' white gear at the 2015 SummerSlam pay-per-view, but unfortunately, Vince McMahon hated it so much that he insisted that Rollins should never wear it again. This was revealed directly by Seth Rollins during a fan signing, and he was highly critical of McMahon's call. No, Vince wouldn't let me wear it, because he's a weird old man who doesn't understand that people think it's the coolest gear they've ever seen. Yeah, he doesn't get it. Bro? I get that question more than anything else. What does that mean? It's just huge, man. People love it. I think it's in the archive. I gave it to our archivist guy. He puts it up at all the accesses and stuff. This was just another case of McMahon letting his personal preference get in the way of what fans actually wanted. It's a shame that this 2015 gear was one of Rollins' defining looks. Number 2. Kane. Now, before Kane was wrestling regularly on TV and pay-per-views, he would have trial runs with a character on live events. This was WWE's way of seeing what worked and, more importantly, what didn't with the character. One of the more unique elements that Kane had during the live event run was a cape. Kane looked like a comic book villain, and it didn't suit the demonic character that WWE were going for, especially with them ushering in the Attitude Era. Kane's cape was scrapped by the time he had made his entrances on TV.
I ain't gonna lie, I think, the cape would have been fire if it was for like pay-per-view type of things. Maybe not like that. But I definitely can see, some because The Undertaker had that too. He had essentially a cape as well, like our coat, if anything. So I think Kane with a coat would have been fire, my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And then just take that off and just big red monster.
And this was no doubt Vince McMahon's executive call to scrap the cape, make sure nothing similar was present on the Big Red Machine's entrance look. And number 1, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns decided to make a significant change to his attire in the 2017 Fastlane pay-per-view. For his match against Braun Strowman, he would debut a white trim on his vest, as well as debut black sneakers with white soles. A fan response to the look was mixed, however this didn't matter, as it would be the first and only time that Reigns would use the look. Naturally, Reigns would confirm during an interview with the Not Sam podcast that Vince McMahon heavily disliked the change in appearance. I pretty much matched up my soles because I'll wear different colors with the black. I had the white on the vest and gloves and stuff, and they had a white trim on it. It matched up with the white soles, and I thought it looked sweet. One person didn't, and he's a very important person, so Now, the idea of Reigns wearing a different color for each major matchup was indeed an exciting concept, but McMahon was evidently of the belief that the babyface version of Reigns should just stick to the standard black color scheme and never deviate. Thankfully for Reigns under the leadership of Triple H, the game has been more lenient when it comes to his in-ring look and presentation. Reigns has experimented with different colors over the past few years and even debuted new sneakers in his in-ring attire for his match with Solo Sikoa on the Raw on Netflix premiere. But there you have it, folks. 10 WWE wrestlers who were banned from wearing their own.
Well, there you have it, folks. Like my boy WrestleLamia said, yo, shout out to WrestleLamia for making a dope video. Definitely go like their video, man. Listen, this was kind of cool. I ain't gonna lie, because there were certain moments where Vince honestly could have made a lot of money, bro. More on top of what he thought he was going to make. But he just didn't agree with the style, I guess, which is kind of weird because, bro, the Shield mask would have been good. Karrion Kross, the way how his NXT run to then him switching over, bro, it would have been good. Like, why'd you have to change anything? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Roman Reigns. I mean, I get Roman Reigns thing, you know, but why it wasn't even bad. I let them be, you know. Oh, we definitely got to talk about Seth Rollins, bro. That like Messiah kind of look that he had, that white and gold, like that was fire, bro. People still talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Vince just didn't see the vision. Obviously, you know, at the time he was a 70-year-old man, so he's not up with the times. But now we got Triple H and he's cooking. So, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Do me a favor. You already know what I'm about to say. If you haven't done so already, go power bomb that subscribe button for your boy on the road to 2K. See you in the next video. Peace.